So, I'm going to start this video with an apology. This kind of was a little bit spur of the moment, some things that I thought needed to be said, and I've been trying to figure out places to get help that I am needing. We have a small business in a town in northern Washington in Bellingham, population 90,000. Our small business is technically not an essential service. It is an antique mall. And so we closed in March because we were told to. And we have stayed closed. We have tried to do, curbside sales and sales by appointment only. Haven't been very lucky with that because everybody's worried about, rents and food and, just general life necessities. So we have tried to apply for the PPP program without success. Being an antique mall, we don't have a conventional payroll. Our income is based on booth rentals and commissions and, personal stuff that I sell within the store of my own. So PPP's out. Grant money went really fast, and that has not been opened up again for us. There is grant money available right now, but it seems to be only for agricultural businesses. Now, that's not going to work. Antique mall, I don't have any fruits or vegetables or anything like that growing there, so I'm kind of out of luck. A bank that I've dealt with for nearly 20 years basically told me, sorry, we can't help you because you have no income right now. So what is somebody supposed to do when they do what they're told to, close a business down because, stay home, stay safe, and we have lost, how many thousands of dollars in income, both personally and for the store? So how do we carry on? Chances are I could see, 25 to 30% of these businesses never reopening again. My landlord has been not really wanting to discuss any type of discount. Sorry for the pause. Because, well, he says that, you got to pay. And under normal circumstances, we pay. This is the second business we've had in the same location, and we've basically been in this location since like 1979. We only opened the antique mall, not quite a year ago. So we were still trying to get ourselves known when the virus quarantine happened. So we have, it's just another hit that just kept coming. So I have contacted Maria Cantwell's office, Patty Murray's office, Doug Erickson's office, and from a couple of the offices, I just get told, well, the SBA has money for these small businesses. Sort of the same mentality that my landlord for the store has had. Because despite the fact that we have told him we don't have a conventional payroll and therefore don't qualify, he still thinks that we should be able to, get the payroll protection program. And so it's a vicious circle. We just sort of keep going round and round with him. So not to make this all about me, because I know that we are not the only people in this situation. I mean, there's all sorts of small businesses that are in the exact same position, that fall between those cracks, that there is no funding for them. Or like a small business, they don't have, 2 or 3 or 6 months worth of money saved for that rainy day in the event that like this happens. We were literally going month to month, and this happened. We had finally got to the point right before the quarantine happened that we had gotten some of the old debt paid off from the previous business, so we were going to be on slightly better footing. Not making a huge fortune, but at least we're not in so far in arrears. And now being closed for 3 months, we're right back to where we started. June 1st, we're going to have almost $10,000 owing in back rent for this place. Now, in Washington State, they did say that, they can't force collections on rent, that a reasonable repayment schedule has to be set up once the state opens again. But in all the stuff that I've read, I still haven't seen where they discuss what they mean by reasonable. Like for a business in a commercial setting, when you're paying thousands of dollars a month, what would be deemed reasonable? Even breaking it up to, over 10 months or a year, that's still an extra $1,000 on top of an already steep rent to begin with. When they did this, where you don't have to pay rents right now, they never canceled rents. And in all honesty, I don't know if they can or cannot. But they gave help to the owners of the buildings, because you can defer your loan payments and mortgage payments and credit card payments and car payments, but those are just tacked on at the end of the contract. What about the small businesses that, are going to need some kind of help like that? Who's out there, or what is out there, so that we can get some help that we need for some of these businesses that do fall between the cracks? We do what, our governor said, we do what our president said, and we do the quarantine. But we never really got either protected or enough assistance quickly enough before all this damage happened. Like in our situation, we have back utilities owing, and the only thing that we're current on right now is actually the internet. So I'm just not quite sure how to proceed. And I thought maybe this might be a good way to sort of, get my thoughts out there, and maybe somebody in power can actually see this and do something to help the people like us. Because, like I said, I know we're not the only ones. So this video isn't just about me. This is about small businesses. I was really disappointed in the fact that, like Small Business Administration, that this money went so fast the first time round, and it went to businesses that should never have actually gotten money from the SBA. And now a number of businesses have given the money back, but, damage is done. We're starting to see articles in the newspaper, on Facebook, saying this business is closing and that business is closing. Well, why isn't the government, whether at the state level or at the federal level, helping these businesses when we're doing what it is we were told to do in the first place? Maybe some people just sort of need to think about that. You know, the government didn't give up their paychecks. They still got paid. I didn't hear a single person, taking a pay cut to say, hey, you need this. But as a small business person, that income that comes in the store, that's what I rely on. And with it not being there, we've had to resort to the food bank. And thank God for the food bank, because otherwise it would have been in real trouble. And I've been very lucky that a couple family friends have helped out when I've been in a real pinch. And I am very grateful for that. But, something has to be done. We need help as small businesses because, if we don't get this assistance, we're not there. How many people are going to miss going to that little local coffee shop? If it closes, they're going to be stuck with having to go to Starbucks. Think of all those livelihoods that are lost when a small business closes. And if you're in a place like where I am, where the majority of income that comes into the community is through small businesses, if a third of us don't come back, think about how that's going to affect our cost of rents, our real estate market for purchasing homes, how many cars are going to get repoed, and how many people are going to end up having to file bankruptcy. Just some food for thought. And hopefully maybe somebody else can come up with a suggestion or come up with some assistance. Or maybe we can actually get, the government to actually help us like they should, because they're here for people. They're voted in by us, and they should be there to protect us. And all we're doing is we did what we were told. And in the end, we're being punished for it. Perhaps they do need to figure out some way to, cancel rents or, maybe find some rent assistance, where small businesses, like legitimate small businesses, can actually get the assistance that they need. Just wanted to put that out there. Thank you for listening.